Hey there. So this morning I went to the Team Snacks ride, Early Bird Special, which happens every Thursday morning, and it's led by Kat. And I made a new friend named Anne, as one does. And we just talked about knee pain. I hope you enjoy listening to our woes. Unfortunately, the GoPro, as you know, I have an aftermarket mount. I can't figure out how to make it not jiggle in bad ways. So it bad jiggled such that it was pointing at my handlebar bag instead of Anne or the street, and I didn't notice. So I don't really have video for you. I do have clips from the ride though. So if you're watching the YouTubes, I have those thrown in for your viewing pleasure. But otherwise, it's mostly just a conversation as one would hear on bike back on a Team Snacks ride. So you're basically joining us. I hope you enjoy this one.
I'm coming off an injury.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I have crappy knees and I had PRP injections like 6 weeks ago.
What does PRP mean?
Platelet-rich plasma.
Oh.
And so when they take your blood and they put it in a centrifuge and they get the plasma out and they inject it in the icky spot.
Oh.
And it didn't go well.
Is it supposed to help your knees like repair themselves?
Yeah, it's like bioregeneration.
Yeah.
But I think my doctor did not do a great job, and so they're worse than before.
Oh no.
But I wasn't allowed to ride or anything for like weeks and weeks.
Oh, that's so
And
funny.
so I've only been on the bike really for like a week and a half. So I'm now, you'll notice my RPMs are crazy because I'm not allowed to do resistance. So I'm like a little hamster.
Yeah, I actually can relate to you extremely strongly because my cartilage in one knee is shredded.
Yeah.
It's like completely worthless, and then my cartilage in my other knee is just real thin.
Yeah.
So I have really terrible knees too, and if I learned that like your knees rely on mechanical motion in order to get blood flow.
Yeah.
So having an office job killed me. Like my knees were just burning.
Yeah.
And they always sound like wet potato chips.
Oh,
yeah. Like squat down.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like I can totally relate. They're just terrible.
Have you done a PT and worked on it or anything? Or?
Well, I don't know what they would do.
So I will tell you one thing that I had the same because my cartilage, what's it called? Chondromalacia or whatever. We got a car left.
I'm learning all about my knees from you.
Yeah.
So
okay.
all of these words and all of this information is pretty new to me.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So like I'm learning about my knees from you right now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I have had knee problems since 16. I was a skier and a tennis player, and the overlapping seasons jacked up my cartilage at a young age.
Okay. I think that's
so I'm a subject matter expert.
Yeah, I played soccer.
Yes.
And then I ran.
Yeah.
So by age 25, my knees were just shot.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't starting at age 25 and ever since thereafter wear heels.
Oh yeah.
Because it just mess up, make my knees burn.
I also played soccer and ran, and so I get it. It was just did not do our knees favors.
We're the same person.
Yes, we are. I'm probably older than you.
I just have a deceptively young voice.
Okay, how old are you?
39.
Girl, I'm turning 50 in November.
50?
I will be. I'm 49. I'm holding on to 49 for a little bit more.
10 years older than me. Okay, you win. You do not.
I lived in a place with no sun for most of my life. I dyed my hair.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So, and being active, you know?
Yeah.
You'll just stay the same age. I mean, I look pretty much the same, except things are starting to sag around here, but people just think I have a rounder face. But if you look at old pictures, the face shape is a little bit different.
But it's just, since you're thin, it's like still a youthful face shape. Like there's not much to
I don't
sag.
know. Well,
that's crazy though. You look like me, but you're 10 years older. You're this, Pat's 52.
Oh, nice! Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, find someone older than me.
So you're
and
in
Susie's
the,
like 52 as well, 51. Yeah.
You're in the middle-aged lady cyclist
Oh yeah!
club
I'm so happy to hear it. So knees. My latest PT adventure. I finally found a really good PT here in Austin, who's actually reasonably priced. And he's like, okay, your quads are strong, your hamstrings are strong, you're not firing your glutes. And we just need to like basically beef up every muscle around. And when you bike and you don't fire glutes, which is a really common cycling thing, it puts more pressure on your knees.
Well, okay, so I did have a related issue, but so I used to race in like 2017 and 2018. I raced mountain bikes and I raced road bikes. And
Awesome.
with road bikes, we were on a really like rigorous training schedule.
Yeah.
So I was riding, 120, 150 miles a week.
Yeah.
And doing lots of like workouts on the trainer. And then for strength training, we would do lots of hill climbing. So,
but not like weights? Did you do like actual like resistance with weights or anything, or just all on the bike?
It was mostly all on the bike. Yeah. So, because one thing about when you're racing is a lot of people are reluctant to do any kind of cross training because the problem is that cycling is mostly cardio.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you're spending your precious hours not cycling, then you're not doing like your heart training and all. So it's like too much of a, like you're sacrificing precious saddle time.
Like where are you gonna, like what is it called? I was a finance major and there's a term, it's basically you only have time, like that's your currency, so how do you spend it?
Right, yeah, so all my free time was spent on a bike, but the thing is my quads got really strong.
Yeah.
And they pulled my patellas out of place.
Yeah.
And so then it was horrible. I couldn't walk. Like I couldn't step down. I couldn't step up. I was like,
and people are like, but you look so fit. And your balls of calf are like this big and throbbing.
I was immobilized. It was terrible for like a long time. It was scary too.
That's awful.
I was like, when am I not going to be crippled? Like, is this the rest of my life?
And you were so young then too. You're like, how is this happening to me right now?
Yeah, like mid-30s.
Yeah.
So, which was depressing because it was like, well, you're too young to have knee surgery. And also this is degenerative, it will only get worse. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So I went to physical therapy and they were like, oh, we need to work the muscles around your legs. But the thing is, I'm on these physical therapy machines.
Yeah.
And I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
So they're like set up for like the elderly.
I know.
So they were absolutely ineffective. And then also, even if they were, like my muscles had developed from spending 14 hours on a bike every week.
Right.
So there was no way I could pack in enough physical therapy to like build up the other muscles to be anywhere. So it's like, okay, this is a losing battle. Like y'all are not doing the math right.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was my patellas finally kind of settled back into place, like were released.
Just from rest, kind of, or?
Yeah, from getting weak again.
Oh.
I just had to like...
By weakening to equalize the rest of your...
Yeah, it was easier to let my muscles get even out by just not exercising than to try to build up muscles to match. Like, so...
An additional 14 hours for the rest of your legs to build.
Right.
So my first PT that my knee doctor, who is going to be my former knee doctor, sent me to, it was the same thing. It was like all these old people were like, I get out of bed, I hurt. And I'm like, oh, I want to, I'm like, I was doing 110 miles a week, so I was training, and I'm like, now I'm going to 0, can you help me out? And this girl was like, I mean, she also wasn't active, the PT, so couldn't identify, put me on these old weak bands, like very little. Okay, my new PT, it's all athletes. Claire, rolling, I guess it is all stops. And it's hard. Like I couldn't do anything yesterday because I was so sore from PT the day before, and it's firing everything because they have the craziest gear that I've never seen before. Because everyone there is like a triathlete or a swimmer, like some kind of thing.
Yeah.
So highly recommend. I mean, I don't know how your insurance is because I know you're a business owner. Yeah. Okay. So, well, if you ever want, I would happily share all the exercises I'm doing. But a lot of my problem is my quads and hamstrings are compensating, or like have always just done this, and now it's to the point where my glutes are lazy.
Yeah.
And it's like pushing in on my knees, and exacerbated by.
It makes sense because we're always like our glutes are always stretched.
Well, plus when you're sitting, it stretches even more.
And then if you have an office job, it's even worse.
Yeah.
I always thought, oh, my glutes are strong from cycling. I didn't realize that, oh no, they're just
swelling.
Okay, so for me,
swelling.
I feel like so much tightness in my I guess IC band, is that what it's called?
IT, yeah.
IT band?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the compensation.
That's really common. And when you, like, do you ever roll your legs out to get that?
I have before.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get yourself, it doesn't feel good in the moment, but you get the recovery and blood flow back in there and flexibility, and everything will operate as it's supposed to. So, because your IT band gets really tight from running also.
Yeah.
And because what happens if it's too tight, it'll start shoving your femur around as well, which then again puts pressure on your
That happens.
knees.
Like I have like a weird gait to my walk.
Yes.
And my sister's like, you walk like a Barbie, because it's like my legs are like boink, 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 boink.
Yeah, and it's because your IT band's yanking you around.
Yes, it's like spreading my legs. It's like making me bow-legged.
Yeah.
How are you strengthening your glutes?
It's with weights.
Weights.
Yeah, like Russian deadlifts. I can't do squats right now because of the crunchy knees. You may not be able to either because of the
I feel very insecure when it comes to knee stuff.
Right, but Russian deadlifts feel pretty good, and that also helps your hills.
What is a Russian deadlift?
I can show you later. It's just a lot of the motions are, you do a squat and you're kind of tucking your butt down.
Yeah.
A Russian deadlift or a light posterior things, you're hinging out, so your butt's going backwards.
Oh.
And so you're feeling all along here, but your knees feel great.
It makes me think of like chair pose or something.
Chair does more quad. Oh, like the wall sit, you mean?
Kind of, yeah. Similar.
That does more quad, so you're gonna hit the IT band again. But so I love hinge stuff because also that helps you in real life, like picking up crap off the ground, the groceries are from a weird position, whatever. And so those donkey kicks, you know what those are? It's like an old school thing.
Yeah, I can imagine you're just like kicking your leg up and out behind you.
Yeah, and it's just in a it's a bent knee, and it looks
like
silly.
Are you in a tabletop pose?
You're either in tabletop. I have a problem with arching my back, which puts pressure on your back. So I do it standing with my hands on like a counter.
Okay.
To keep my back neutral because I just have no discipline in that area.
Oh, I see. You're supposed to keep your back straight, but you never do.
I have a problem with kind of arching.
Yeah, I see.
I have a problem like keeping my ribs kind of closed over my body. But we're doing the best thing for our knees with cycling rather than running and playing soccer and skiing and those other things. So at least there's that.
So Kat, you were on that ride.
I was.
Could you hear Anna and I talk about our knee pain?
Not a whole lot.
Guess how old she is?
30.
49.
Wow! Holy cow!
I know.
I would have never guessed.
I know. It's like
never.
Her knees betray her age. I guess. I don't know.
Yes, that happens. Yes, you'll find out.
How do you feel? How are your knees?
I have my creaky mornings.
Great. Welcome to the club. All right. Well, bye.
Is that it?
I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't know what we were talking about. Just talking about knees?
I didn't have a good plan.